Woo. Okay, I just got up here. I made it just in time. Sorry, I'm still streaming or getting the setup going. Um, what a mess. I'm a little flustered. We had a little bit of a late coming home, getting the daughter fed, getting her ready for bed. Look at me, I look sweaty. I look sweaty on the stream. It's basically because I'm wearing a sweater that I feel like I should be able to wear right now, but it's still a little too warm to do so, and I just I'm stubborn, so um, I'm still wearing it. I just got water. I was about to start the stream, and I remembered that I need water for the stream so I can take sips of a drink and not get a crazy dry mouth. Because as natural as this looks to you guys, as natural as I appear on screen, this is actually quite stressful for me still. I'm still getting comfortable, still figuring it all out. I just need to close some of this stuff first. That. Okay. I don't know why that popped up. Close it. Sorry. And then just a couple more. Boom. Boom. That one's good. Okay, so to start this stream off, I wrapped up Venom. Venom is pretty much done in terms of being an art piece. After it transitions from being an art piece, it goes to a 3D print. So there's still some things I have to check in the 3D print. I got to basically connect everything together. Right now there's a bunch of solid parts, but there's still parts. I have to provide it basically as a single ready to print file. I've thought about splitting the parts up, so the arms and whatnot, they all just connect and stuff. But I think that's also taking a lot of I don't know, maybe assumptions that some people's printers are going to be set up a certain way, so that the print puck, I don't know what you call it, basically the box in which all the parts kind of fit into, and that you then put onto your printer to print. Um, it seems it's going to fit a certain space, but anyway, I'm not going to go crazy with the 3D print files. I'm offering them up right now, pretty much for nothing. So, if they want to toy with them, cut them up into different sizes, that's up to the printer. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to basically take the files and put them all into one thing, and then put them up for people to download. So now that Venom is done, we're going to be starting a new project this stream, but it wouldn't be right if I didn't show you what it looked like. So I wanted to get this set up a little bit more before the stream, so apologies again for kind of rushing here and being a little out of breath. I got all this stuff done. So I think we were talking, by the way, my wife and I think what is going to be good is to start the stream just a little bit later, because right now this is basically butting up right against my daughter's bedtime, but it was getting me to bed earlier, which is good. But I feel like I'm missing out on a little bit of time with her, giving her a bath and stuff. That's usually my thing. Saying good night to her, and that's I don't think it's necessary to start this early. I think starting an hour earlier is going to be fine. I certainly browse my phone and watch videos and stuff on YouTube a lot later at night than earlier in the night. So if anything, it might be a benefit because people can tune in later when they themselves are in bed or just looking for something to kind of watch and zone out to while they're doom scrolling, as they say. So yeah, I think I'm even just saying now. I think next stream on Thursday will be at 8:30 instead of 7:30. I need to update that everywhere. But yeah, let's get some cool stuff open. Let me first set up the screen. Sorry, it's going to take a second. Some custodial work here. I have all the images ready. Excuse me, for posting and whatnot. I'm releasing. Oh, you know what? I can show you is it should have just gone live actually on Instagram. So let me open Instagram here, and change my my capture here to Chrome. Okay, and then we'll go over to Chrome here. Okay, so this is my home page there, and yeah, you see our boy Venom right there. There he is. Let me see if I can let me open him up in a new window because that will give me a little more space there. Looks like I was zoomed out too. So this is Venom. I finished him up last night. I added some stuff to the scene, as you can see here, the little bit of drool, little bit of added some sauce to the pan, which is like if you look in closely and see it's red, it's basically like curdling blood. So even more gross. I think by going even grosser, I've somehow gone over the gap, and now it's gone back to like just absurd and less gross, more like, oh, that's gross, rather than like, that's kind of gross. um but yeah, Venom eats heads. It's what his thing, like that they talk about that constantly in the movies. I don't remember him saying so much in the media I've seen him in prior to the movies that he liked to eat people's heads, but I was more of a child back then, so they probably stayed away from like the more cannibalistic side of this character. So I'm guessing in the comics he was much more of a head chomping, anti-hero baddie. But yeah, so this literally just went live when the stream went up, by the way. So if you were looking at the Instagram earlier and you didn't see it, because it literally just went up. I got a little scene here. I'm gonna make basically what I'm calling trading cards or cards. And this isn't like an NFT thing or something like that. I want to do with each and this is not a guarantee or a promise or anything. It's just something I desire to do. Every time I do a new character, I want to do a model render, which is basically just a render that shows the character themselves. Um, it's got a pretty plain background. Everything that is in the scene is just the character's portrait, or anything that may be kind of tied to that character. And then the next is a card where it really kind of puts them into a scene and adds a little more context to what's happening. Like right now, this, you see Venom, he's got a frying pan and a spatula, and he's standing by himself. It's like without so much context, but you get the next one, you can see, oh, it's like he's eating, he's about to eat his dinner. He's he's got a little placemat out and a plate. Um, Two salt and pepper shakers that are empty because he doesn't actually use salt and pepper. He just straight up chomps down on them. And then yeah, not even a fork or anything. It might look like it's kind of sparse, but I actually thought about, like, if I put that down, would it make sense? Like, Venom's not gonna, like, like, no, he's just gonna cook it, put it on the plate, and then just go like like Pennywise or something, or like he does in the movies. And then just a little more of a close up. But that's not the only one. There's more pictures to share, and let me see if I can jump back over here to chat and see how I can open this properly. Because if I can just open it in Chrome, that would be a much easier method for me to just bounce around in the preview mode. Yeah, I can actually do that. That's good. So there's that one. There's that one. Let's go back to Chrome here. It's actually a really this is not a bad way to share this stuff. So yeah, we have the variant. We have the Eddie Brock looking a bit puzzled and confused and disturbed as the Venom peels back and Eddie Brock takes conscious control of the body, and he's seeing like, oh my god, of course Venom would. This is just like the cutout story version, but yeah. So we have that one there. That's the variant, and right now I'm working on a 360 turnaround of the character. I use an app called Render Street. Let me see if I can pull up that render. Sorry, I keep bouncing around, by the way. There we go. So let me see if I can load that up. Go full screen here. This render isn't done yet. If I go... Okay. I guess I can copy video address. Let me see if I can do that. So yeah, there's gonna be this is still rendering. I'm actually amazed I can even show you that, because if I was to render this movie on my computer, I wouldn't be able to show the progress. But yeah, so that is the active render right now of the 360 turntable spin of the character. I tried to give it a little something in the beginning instead of just being a turntable. That way, um, something to add to the Instagram live TV. I'm trying to make sure I hit all the avenues right, not just Instagram posts, but then also, you know, I don't know, the live IGTV. I desire to do a TikTok someday. I just don't have the mental capacity and time to think about TikTok strategy and stuff. And I don't want to be on a platform that I'm not actively participating in or thinking about ways to present my media in a way that more content in a way that is engaging for them. So, um, Not Real Toys is on Facebook and on Twitter right now. I'm not doing a great job of managing this either. I'm not practicing what I preach. What I just said. But I am figuring out ways to share this content across all the different hubs. So I just feel like Instagram is, for me, the best place to promote and show content and talk about the stream and stuff like that. So um, I say promote like I'm selling something. I'm not. um, but yeah, I guess the best way, promote feels like a dirty word, but it's like garner exposure is the word I should be using, because you're not really selling anything and just trying to build a community. And hopefully someday we have a pretty big community of artists and people who want to learn this stuff. And um, maybe it won't even be me on the stream. That would be pretty cool if we had some other artists take over some days. And um, I just think it's such a big community, and there's the 3D generalist character artist level design, like everything 3D that people make is amazing to me because it's so immersive, and you can literally put a VR headset on and walk into someone's like art, or a collective group of people's art. Like that is, to me, is wild. And it's nice to see that VR is now kind of a niche category that people are actually paying attention to. But like the fact that it's actually like catching people's attention and staying around um, is awesome, because it's not the first time it's not the first time that VR has tried to make its way into the mainstream. And unfortunately, prior attempts did not quite stick. What the heck was that Nintendo one? Was it the Advanced Boy? Let me see here. Advanced Boy. Is that what was it called? No, I forget what it was called. It was like the VR Boy. Yes. Okay, I guess it was called the VR Boy. The Virtual Boy. Oh my god. What did I say? I said Advanced Boy and VR Boy. I was like so close. This guy, I remember reading about this in a magazine, and then I went to a Blockbuster with my dad, and I saw it there, and there was like a demo you could play at the Blockbuster. Now that I think back to it, having gone to a Comic-Con where they were actively wiping the eyepieces out because there was a rumor someone had caught pink eye from using them, these were probably really gross at the Blockbuster, trial little kiosk they had for it. But anyway, I tried it, and I remember even being a kid, both thinking it was cool, but not that cool. Like also like a little disappointed. Like, wow, this is like really different. This is cool, but also like I could see as a kid the limitations it would have clearly, and it wasn't really an immersive experience. It's so much like just a different 3D experience. Now I have an Oculus and a PSVR. I never played any of them, of course. Never get time to play them, but I have spent a bit of time playing the Oculus. And I played games like Gorn. Um, I did beat a game on the Oculus, at least I can say that. I beat a Super Hot. It was the second time I beat that game. I beat it once on the Switch, and then I got it for the Oculus, which was so cool. Like, amazing, great game. I basically wanted the Oculus so I could play Super Hot again. Having played it on the Switch, I loved it so much, and I wanted to play it in an immersive VR experience because I knew it would lend itself so well. I was not wrong. But yeah, so I just think that this industry is already huge, and I just see it getting bigger and bigger as people continue to flock to media and want more immersive experiences instead of just the kind of doom scrolling. I'm bored. Give me something to turn my brain off to, and share or send to my friends or something. Um, I I think movies and or books like Ready Player One um, are very, dramatic and absurd in the way they portray a VR kind of um, I know what you call that, like in mass future. But I can see people in the future, dedicating a space in the same way that people have, a game room, an office, a man cave, or something like that, to just having a much more open, immersive, space for virtual reality experience. So um, I don't think it's completely crazy. Is what I'm trying to say. And I think a lot of companies are gearing up for that. Like Epic Games is investing heavily in what they're calling like the metaverse, and everything about that sounds something like what Ready Player One kind of was. The oh my god, I'm totally blanking on the name. The Oasis in Ready Player One. So I think Sony also is one that made the investment into Epic, I believe. Um, and there's also just a bunch of other companies out there that are looking into the virtual future and how things are going to be, how it's going to change people's lives. I'm not big into like the blockchain stuff or crypto and all that, but I think those two things in some way are going to merge in a really crazy, interesting way that will transform VR into an actual second, kind of uh, world with its own economy. So, and that stuff already exists. Like Second Life is another, it's a virtual space that has its own, going economy. There's Eve. There's so many different like little tiny, games out there that I guess World of Warcraft. Oh my god, right? Like they had their own in-game currency and stuff, but like people buy and trade things, with their real money, and like I can see just VR becoming a real space where people spend more of their time during the day than outside of it, which is crazy. Not to mention, I think ophthalmologists are going to get a huge, spike in new patient consultations. So um, they'll have to figure out the eye strain and stuff. Because even I, every time I've played the Oculus, for a little while, I think if I keep it on for maybe half an hour to 45 minutes, I start to get a bit of eye fatigue, and I don't think I've gotten a headache yet, but I did feel a bit like, oh, like that my brain is kind of feeling a little jumbled from that experience. So I have to figure that out. Um, yeah, so that is the finished, at least so far, work of Venom. After this, we'll come back to Venom, and I'll put them up as a 3D print. I'll put both the standard version, which is the standard Eddie Brock, um, our standard Venom with the tongue coming out. The saliva and stuff will not be in it. That was specifically for the scene itself, for the render. So that'll be the only thing that you see here that won't be in it. But that's fine anyway, because if you were to 3D print this, it would be solid like the rest of the was gonna say the model, so it wouldn't really look like saliva. You can come in with a resin or something afterwards and add this kind of effects if you like. It'd be interesting to see how the teeth do with 3D printing. But yeah, so at this point, it's time to start a new project, which is pretty exciting. Um, and I know the last stream I was talking about. Let me take a drink here. Talking about different ideas I had for maybe doing something a little more Halloween themed. I had mentioned that my wife would think it would be cool if I did Samara from The Ring coming out, which I love because I think I can see it in my head how that looks, and I think it would be cool and actually not take that long to do. Famous last words. Um, but something cool happened, and I had another artist from a different industry reached out, and we had been connected before and worked on another project. I haven't worked with them really since, or heard anything. I haven't reached out myself, so um, but we got in touch again recently, and they were looking for me to work on a new I'll just say it not album cover, a single cover for a song that they're putting out. So they are a pretty well known rapper, uh, not just in the nerdcore community, but specifically in the nerdcore community. They are, I would say, at the top of the top. Outside of that, they're also well known. They've worked with other artists. One of my favorite being Open Mike Eagle, um, which I believe they're good friends with. So yeah, the artist is Mega Ran. Um, they have a new single coming out off their album, which I believe is called Live 95. Not Live, I believe so. Sorry. Sorry, I am like trying to get a little, what's the word, like bring it down, you know? I feel like my mind's running a mile a minute. Maybe it helps I didn't just have espresso ice cream. We went out for ice cream at my I thought maybe getting some espresso ice cream would be good to eat, but then also maybe, give me a little jolt for the stream. Maybe it did too much. That espresso ice cream might have been just too much. Anyway, yeah, so I realized I didn't set up anything today. I didn't set up the camera right. Let me take the portrait off and show this mess behind me. Oh my god. I didn't put the traffic light on. How are you guys gonna see the beautiful rim lighting of the back of my head? Like, I'm so sorry. This is just totally unprofessional. Let's turn it on. You can see. Oh, you know what? I think it is on. I think it just needs to be plugged in. Wrong. Here we go. Okay. You can see my whole dad attire. Yeah, so he's making he has a new single coming out called Tractor Beam. It's going to be coming out in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be working on what will be the single cover that, like, when you play the song on Spotify or you find on YouTube or something like that, it will be the cover that gets used for it, which is awesome because Mega Ran is one of my favorite artists. I think he was actually like, I guess I'd say I'm a Mega Ran stan because he was like in my top, artists for the last decade or something. I used to listen to him a lot when I like go to Comic Cons and stuff like that because it would get me like hyped and stuff like that for the conventions. But yeah, he puts out so much music and I love almost all of it. The only I can say thing I don't ever like get like a good like cross, what you say, like he's into like wrestling and stuff like that, so he puts some stuff about that, and that's like I've never unfortunately been able to get into wrestling. I feel like I'm missing out because so many people love wrestling. He's a huge wrestling fan, so anytime he makes music about wrestling, I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff, but most of the time it's about video games, and he's actually was a Philly native. I was born in the Philadelphia area, so I feel a little bit like Philly love there. But yeah, so I'm gonna be making the single cover here on the stream, so we can watch how that process goes because it's not gonna just be it's not gonna be a 3D print. Sad to say, unless it turns into something more. But yeah, it'll be something you can see elsewhere besides not Real Toys. It'll be on Spotify and other places that his music. I think he's on Bandcamp. I'm sure he's on like Apple Music and stuff like that. So yeah. With that being said, let's do some research. Let's pull up some inspiration here, and maybe it would help if I give me 1 second here. Let me jump out of here, and I'll do. Let me get my actual. Sorry, I keep jumping around. I've really done this part yet, where inspiration on stream. So this is going to be new. I'm going to see how I should really set up like 2 windows. One for the inspiration like deck, and the other one for like Google, where I'm jumping around and finding good images to keep for the inspiration file. So right now we're in PureRef. PureRef is a great, probably the piece of software to use if you're on a Mac I think it's on PC too. I'm on a Mac. If you're collecting reference files and stuff like that. So if you're making art, you need reference, or you're just looking to collect inspiration, and you don't use Pinterest like me, because I like Pinterest, but I don't know. I need my reference files like actually just in a place that's simple to get to and open up from my toolbar. And I know there's like a Pinterest desktop app and stuff like that. Um, I think for me, I just don't love the way to scroll through Pinterest as reference. Whereas PureRef, it's an infinite canvas, so you can scroll in and out of the canvas, and move art around in particular ways you want them. Whereas Pinterest is like, I think it's what's called a Mason tile layout, where it's all like like stacked on top of each other, which is fine. But like I really like having an infinite canvas where I can zoom in and out, pop in and out, optimize the arrangement of the images, all that stuff. So let's also turn it over to. Okay, let me. Sorry, Chrome is going all funky. Okay. Let's pop it over to Chrome. Let me just close that real quick. We get more space. So I'm going to look up Mega Ran. Here he pops up. So I've actually seen the music video for it that it's going to go to, and it has some very cool pixel art. It's non-pixel art as well, but it's a very visually themed music video, and I'm trying to think how to basically go along with that to match some of the pixel art. I think that the single doesn't necessarily need to go with that, but throughout some of it, he is sitting. I'll say sitting in a ship of some sort. I won't say much more than that because it's not released yet. I know he doesn't want me to say much about it, but I don't have that many followers, so I'm not really that worried about things getting out there and ruining some kind of release. Okay, so let's get some good pictures. Let me see here. Let me look up, get large photos. So we got this one of him. Okay. I like this photo of him. I've seen it a lot, like on Spotify and stuff. It comes up a lot. Like it used to be. I think it used to be his artist profile image. But I feel like the lighting kind of throws off the likeness a bit because it's really highlighting the side of his face, and then it's got like a little bit of a spotlight, or I guess it's like a key light in the front of it. It's just a little hard to use that one for reference, even though it's such a great clear image of him. So I'm going to use this one here because it's got him smiling. I like imagery that has a very equal, for reference, that is. Use this one, like clear, like normal daytime lighting. That way every part of the face is almost equally lit. And I believe this is the image. It's going to be the, I'm guessing it's going to be the album cover. So this is his Facebook here. Oh, that's really clear and good. That's awesome. Okay, so I can use that one. What's this tie there? Looks like a dragon or something, or okay. He just came out with this Squid Game single. It's really good too. So if you're a fan of rap, you're a fan of nerdy rap, you probably already know who Mega Ran is. But check. You don't have to be into like nerdy things if you're into pop culture, basically, because this is like, Squid Game is popping off right now. It is super. Oh, where'd it go? I must open up a post of his. My bad. Let me go back to his profile. Back to the profile. I'm stuck in a loop or something. What happened? How did I get stuck in the comments of this one post? Okay, so it's not me, it's Facebook being crazy. He's got this single right now that I think he just posted. Yeah, posted it yesterday, and yeah, it's about Squid Game. That's not. I wouldn't say Squid Game is like a nerdy thing, right? That's just pop culture, like media culture. So even if you're just into regular rap, check him out because I highly recommend. He's one of my favorite artists. Got to see him twice in concert, and one time I actually got to like walk up and get a picture with him, and got some merch. And it was a really awesome concert or performance of his at PAX West in Seattle. This is a good close-up one. Okay, maybe this one too. Dawson. How do you say that? It's got a lot of like undershots almost. Maybe he's just really tall. He teams up a lot with MC Lars, who's also awesome. Okay, I think this is a good amount of. I like all the angle shots because it really just helped me understand, tangibly like the shape of his face. So that's it. I'm gonna say that's a good amount of reference. I don't want to get. I feel like this is already being kind of creepy. Weirder than it is with me grabbing a bunch of photos of a guy from the internet. So, but that's what you do when you're making a 3D model of someone, and you need reference. I'm trying to open up ZBrush here, but it is taking its damn time. Probably because it's opening up the old Venom file. It usually opens up the last file you used, and if Venom is the last one, then yeah. Okay, so it opened it up. Get out of here. We're done with Venom for now. Okay. Let's kick it over to ZBrush. Make that full screen there. You love my bed head, by the way? I wore a hat most of the day, and this is what happens. It flies up in the back. Yep. Okay. So we have a completely blank canvas here. We're going to start with an orb. I'm going to make it... Oop, and I already messed it up. Clear. Go to edit mode. All right, there we go. Off to a brilliant start. And I'm just going to immediately create a save file for this called Megaran. Have more water while it's saving. Wow, it is taking a long time to save. That was a long time. I don't know why it took so long. That was like way too long. Just closing Chrome so it stops crushing my memory. Might have to change to a new browser for the streams because I've known this for a while that Chrome apparently utilizes a crap ton of memory. And I don't need to be like I want to have a browser open so I can show you guys when I need to Google something, but at the same time, like I hate having to pop it open, and then I usually jump in incognito mode, so like I don't know, just in case some kind of like personal information comes up, it's less likely to happen. I'm not really worried about that per se, but in order to get better at this, I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos about let me drag one of these pictures on here about like best practices with Twitch and whatnot. And like one of the biggest ones I keep hearing, and it makes sense, is to like try and keep like your personal information and your streamer profile, so to speak, kind of like different lives, different modes. So like it's just best not to like really expose, dox yourself, so to speak. I'm gonna bring up one more piece of one or two choice Mega Ran images um, for this. So let me look. Kind of like that one. I don't know how to export these. Okay. Maybe like these three. Okay, export. I'm in my program PureRef. Sorry, you guys aren't seeing this, and it just looks like nothing's happening on screen. Selected images, export to. I'm just gonna export these to desktop like a lazy person. Mega Ran. Mega Ran. Sequence number equals. I've never done this before. Sorry. Okay, export. Now let's import them into. Hopefully you guys can see this part. Yeah, into ZBrush. Every time I say it, sounds like I feel like I'm saying it with like a really poor German accent or something. Texture. I'm gonna put that one on. Okay, move that guy over there. Let's import another one. That guy there. Oh, cool. I didn't even have to like really drag that one on there. And then let's do finally the last one, which is this guy. I should probably crop this because it's kind of big. So how do I move this one above the other one? I don't know. Pin spotlight, pin opacity. I would like it if the opacity was a bit higher. Fade tile. Sorry, I'm like learning. There we go. Front. There we go. And then I can move this guy over here, and I have a little more space to make him bigger. Okay. And one last thing I have to do, I think it's like go to like brush. I think it's like, is it modifiers? No, it's like masking or something. Auto mask? Not is not it. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Samples? Spotlight projection. Turn that off, and now we can move this around and do smoothing if we need be. Because before we were doing the spotlight stuff, but it was being a big pain in the ass because it wouldn't smooth. Okay, so we got some pieces on stream here. Now this, I am going to need just some forgiveness, some patience. The whole character, what do you call it? Character likeness and modeling process, starting in like ZBrush, not even coming from like a solid reference, is does make it a bit more of a trial and error process. So I might not get to the stream even having liked anything I made, and I might get to a point where I just delete it all. So I might not call this, episode one or part one truly of this stream, because I might not be at a point where I feel like I can move forward with the likeness. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I can move forward and feel like, hey, like, yeah, I actually like how that turned out. So and I'm going to be doing a lot of this, that thing I hate that I do with my eyes, and I'm probably not doing myself any favors by pointing it out. But I just want to let you know, it's because I just do this thing. And you know what? My wife got me these glasses. They're apparently for blocking out. Yeah, I can see a big difference here. God, they're so dirty. Like, let me see. Actually, I have a little bit of, this is stupid. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I have a hunch. I'm gonna use some of this water just to clean it. This is probably a terrible idea. Let me just get a little bit of water on it, because I feel like it's got like a bunch of scuff on it. These are, they already have scratches on it. I just got them. I haven't even really moved them around that much. What the heck? That's what you get for buying blue blocking sunglasses from like a hippie crystal store. We were out shopping this weekend and we went to one of those stores that, you know, like they have some cool stuff in there, but there's also like a lot of like crystals and the word chakra like being used on products, or like, man, that's just tea. like, like, can you guys just be real? Like, you're just selling, you know, chamomile tea here. Like, you're not realigning the universes, you know, as a whole. Okay, that actually did work. So, let me see if this helps. I guess it's not bad. I'm trying to see like how I look on the stream. It would help if I also bring it over. Okay. So I guess it's not bad. I thought before it might be bad, but I guess it's okay. We'll just go with it. You guys are watching me sculpt anyway. You don't care, like, you know, if you can see my eyes. All right. It is actually kind of struggling to get this. I think what I have is I think I have a bunch of memory tied up. I did a lot of rendering today while I was working. Rendering takes a while, so I'll just set it and let it go, and then you know, like 2 hours later, I come back to it. I'm like, oh, this is done. It's like a nice thing to have get done in the background. You don't have to actually think about it. But I think when I do that, it it stuffs up the memory or something, and I just hit free memory. I just hit free memory. I might just kill a stream here real quick. I'm sorry. It's just, this is slow already, and I can't have that. You know, like that is like, look at that. It's barely doing anything. There's like barely any mesh here, and it's already like, I don't know. It might be because I have really large images in here too. That might not be helpful. Is it still? All right, let's just go with it. Okay. So the first thing that sticks out is he's got some big old cheeks. Fairly decent, you know, larger lips here. Nothing crazy. So it's a bit of a, I would say, it's like kind of more of like a rectangle shaped face, but it's got a heavier bottom on it. So we have a little bit of a triangle shape going on. It's like box and then up, more of like a, let me see here, like, so like this area up here, oops, wrong one, is a little more boxed up. So I'll just try and make that shape there and sharpen it as I go. And then what we'll do is add a nose, a little placeholder nose. Placeholder, but it probably will actually be the one we use, or rather, you know, it could be the one we use. Okay, and then we bring this guy in a lot. Doesn't need to be that crazy. Now his nose is very triangle shaped to it because of his glasses as well, and the top of the bridge of his nose lines almost perfectly with where his eyes are. I find with likeness, the position of line, like where things start and end on the face, is a huge factor in how well the likeness comes out. So like I look at the ends of his nostrils. Where do they start versus the relation of his mouth? You go down, his mouth comes out just a little bit further. If you go up above where the nostrils end on the side here, his eyelids, his eye starts just a little further in from the nose, almost exactly where the nostril ends, the eye comes in at. So I'm sure that area isn't as important to focus on too much. Make this guy bigger. And then, where was that up button at? Up, oop, up. I might be able to crop in here, I don't know. I wish I could crop out this one little space. I'm just gonna make it big right now because I can pretty much have all this out and sculpt, still have room for the sculpt. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. His cheeks come out quite a bit. Like his face has a kind of well, it's not his face alone. Most people's faces do this, where the forehead comes in. That density is oddly high already. Oh, it's because I've been smoothing it. Back at 0.6. Son of a gun. Let me bring this down quite a bit because I do not need this to be... This is going to be pure shapes. Pure shapes. Volume 1. Bring it down to 60. Bring it down to there. I'm already going to, I think, merge these guides together. Just for the ease of keeping the... Yes, I want to do that. Oh, I'm doing split. I meant to do merge. Merge down, yes. Just for the ease of seeing the polygroups together. And I can just hide that. Oops. Oh my god! It did not happen this way, but I feel like I basically just ran in here from like being outside and just started the stream. I'm like, all right, I gotta go, bye. I ran upstairs. I mean, I had enough time to even go downstairs and get myself a drink of water. But then I got distracted by our cat, who was viciously accosting me verbally for treats. I mean, he just has no chill. He needs his treats. He's got an issue, to be honest. My cat does have an issue, and you know, we're talking to him about it, and he's just not really hearing us right now. You know, he's not ready. He's not ready. It'd be funny if like he came up behind me, like, mother, I heard you talking about me on the stream. Okay. I'm just gonna have his nose come down. The way his nostril folds under itself is very cool, I have to say. It's like a very cool shape. My nose does not look that cool. Okay. So I'm just going to put this kind of here. Kind of. Why not stay there very long? Ah! Go in more. Oops. You know, I should have mirrored it for... I should have... There we go. I should have gotten the shape of it in first, because the minute that you mirror it, it starts to mess with the symmetry mode and how the object itself moves individually. It's like a weird... Everything I just said probably didn't make any sense to anyone watching, right? Because I probably didn't say it right. But it just makes it a lot harder to move the shape and rotate it in the Z space, in the document, so to speak. Okay. So this comes out a little bit more, and then we got like a nice little... So the bottom of his nose and then the bottom of his nostril are almost exactly in the same space, but not quite. Nostril does kind of hook in a little bit. And then I'll go back here to mirror. It is going to be interesting to see how to do this, and I want to do it because I do feel like it's going to play very well to the likeness factor for him. Okay. Let's do the eyes. Whoa! I'm just going to save. I'm just going to do it. You guys can't even stop me. I mean, you're powerless. Oh, you know what came out tonight? I thought about maybe not streaming. And if Mega Ran had not hit me up about this, I would be doing it. But I'm very excited to do this cover for him. And last time I did a project for him, I was probably, oh my god, maybe like a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And it's not a brag at all, but I've definitely gotten better at doing this. You know, I'm still not anywhere near the amazing god tier level people on like ArtStation. They're just seem to be cranking out miracles every other day. Like, oh yeah, I just did this. I had some free time. Like, oh, you just had some free time. That's great. mm. Like, I'm sitting in bed till like 1 o'clock. Like, I just need to get the hand right. I just need to get it done. But yeah, you know, it's cool. So, but yeah, I'm definitely in a much better, I would say, as you can hear, in a much more confident place for myself, you know. Um, but that's fine because I feel like it comes from a place of reality where you know you know if we go look at my Instagram her, if you go look at my Instagram her, if I could open up Chrome, holy crap, stream is off the rails today. It probably really is, and people are like, chill out. We've been on Twitch longer than you have. So my mistake was that I tried to oh my god. Why is it? Why won't it just? You know what what's happening is that my streaming software is full screen, and I think it's completely killing the software's ability to recognize other screens are open. Other screens are open on that monitor. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay. What was I going to Google? Oh yeah, not real toys. Oh, I should just go to Instagram. Instagram/not real toys. Okay. Hey, getting some good stuff. Okay, so yeah, so like this is one of the first pieces I did, and like this guy right here, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil 2. I guess if you've watched the previous stream, that was apparent because I basically just broke down why having being a fan, I despise the most recent trailer, and I don't have very optimistic feelings about the movie coming out, or rather the quality of it. I'm still gonna see it. I'm still gonna go in with an open mind. It could be amazing. I hope it is amazing. I would love to see a Resident Evil movie that is awesome and completely just proves me wrong about my initial impressions of it based on the trailer. I will say though, that's on the marketing. It's not my fault. People do judge books by their covers. So yeah, this guy, you know, I should have done more with, you know, like the make sure I'm actually showing this. You know, the coat and how it, you know, it folds and stuff. It's very plain. I would love to actually go and do this guy again. I am going to put him up as a 3D print. I actually have 3D printed him, but he's somewhere in the basement right now because we moved a couple like 2 months ago, and everything's still, as you can see from the office, you know, complete disaster, in disarray, not disaster, in disarray. Frank here, one of my more recent pieces. This is one actually got, you know, some good likes in here for a account that only has 90 followers so far. So um, uh, yeah, but you know, there's still some areas that you know, I want to improve on. This is a much older piece than the Frank one. Very simple. Um, Mega Man right here. I mean, you can't get much closer to Mega Man than doing Mega Man. This was a successful piece on my older profile. Not Real Toys is a new profile for me. I've had other Instagram profiles, but it's always been kind of a mishmash of, you know, myself and the art I put together. But I realized that it's kind of like a conflict of interest. So Not Real Toys was born as both a more aggressive, you know, mission to, you know, get my art to be seen and create a culture around it. Not just around my art, but, you know, be more involved in the culture. But yeah, so like this was done a while ago, and you know, I'm happy with the body of it. But the face, you know, kind of plain, lacking a lot of detail. I've been told it looks like a doll face, which is like, yeah, I understand. The Rock, like I had to redo that face for another piece. But yeah, just, you know, I've been making progress, and I'm glad to be working on another piece for Mega Ran because I think it's going to, the work I've been doing over the past year since I did the first piece for him. I hope that shows. I hope it, you know, the fruits of my labor come to show with this piece because I'm very hyped to have the opportunity to work on it, and I want to do the piece. I want to do the piece proud. Okay, his nose goes down a bit more. Goes up a little bit. Okay, and then do the eye sockets. So the eyes, it's got kind of like long eyes, but I want to do I do want to do like kind of a more simple stylized character. Pull up some other reference here. I still have other reference up on my screen just so I can zoom in and out of some other pieces that make it easier to see different angles of his face. I can't put it all in ZBrush, unfortunately. Let me load. Okay. Oops. I'm going to bring his jaw just a little bit more. He does have eyebrows, but depending, that's the other thing too. He does wear a lot of different glasses, so I have to think about what glasses best would fit. You know what? It would probably help if I just watch the music video and see which ones go with that, because I have access to that, but you guys don't right now. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Let me see here. So in the video, there's like a little kind of chibi green Mega Man helmet version of him in the video. And then he's wearing just normal black rimmed glasses, it looks like. Yeah, so very much, I think the ones here might be the ones he's wearing in the video. He's got a cool jacket in the video. It's got like a white jacket. Okay. Bring those cheeks in just a little bit more there. Okay. Whoa! That was unintentional. Let's go ahead and remesh this at a higher state. Let me actually turn those lines back on. Come on. Oh, that was too high. I don't know what happened, why it jumped up to 200. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to be looking over here a lot, sorry, on this side because I have a lot of inspiration up. I kind of wish there was a way to like have like the only issue I have with streaming as an artist is that I want to include myself. I want to include the whole reference area, but then also have the art that I'm making be the central, focus point that they can zoom in on. It's almost like I wish you had like the sports bar experience where you had this TV up here for this particular game, but then you could go over here for a different game or something. So, but I only had this rectangle, so fortunately I can only show so much. Maybe I could I don't have to show all of me, right? Like all of this Brigantine Beach. That's just react. Like I should take this off. I'm trying to give free advertising to Brigantine Beach. I never even went there until I was in my 30s. Okay. I keep, you know what happens recently? I did watch, a video on like things to be aware of, when streaming, and they did talk a lot about, giving out personal information to yourself. And I already feel like I'm very paranoid um, about that stuff because, like, I don't want to get hacked. I don't want to get hacked. Who the hell wants to get hacked? That sounds like a miserable experience. So, like, I don't even know how the heck you get like fully ever past that. Do you? I feel like some people would say no, you don't. Um, so let me move those eyes up a bit. Um, so yeah, so I am feeling a little more paranoid than before about it. So I'm trying not to like, oh, did I reveal something about myself that someone could use in the future if they like go back like probably like 2 years, to the stream to see like, oh, it says here he said here he was in Brigantine. It's like, and then they go into like the Sherlock mode where they piece all everything together I've ever said, and it's like, wow. I'm assuming people care a lot about me, and they definitely don't. So yeah, it's a lot of misplaced paranoia, but the internet is a weird place, and I don't know the future of the stream, so I just hope someday. I just hope people stay cool. You know, I do. I hope they stay cool. Just be cool. Just be chill to each other. Just be chill, bro. Okay. Keep giving like mad eyebrows, and I don't mean to. Okay, that's where his nose kind of is. And then I'm going to say his other part of his jaw kind of comes up from there. Ah, that's too much. That's crazy. That got crazy quick. But then like that part of his face goes in more. Please keep in mind, like I said, this is very much experimental, finding the shape of the face that I want to go with, because it's not always about 100% going with what the face actually looks like. To go with a more stylized approach, you gotta kind of find like both what's not there and what is there. Like sometimes when you're making stylized character, like you make shapes and stuff that really aren't that true to the character, but when someone looks at it, it feels like it is. It feels more like the character, or more like the person rather, that you're trying to uh, get that likeness, like like you look at that character or that person in real life, like their shape of their whatever, their nose or mouth or whatever, totally isn't like that, but for some reason it feels so accurate. Bring this guy, oops, bring that in. I'm just bringing that in a little bit. Whoa, I did the opposite just so I can smooth that out. And then what I do is the opposite, where I build out the mouth. Maybe not that much. I feel bad. I hear my wife downstairs doing dishes. I feel bad like when like she's doing chores and I'm up here like this is for us. This is for the family to build this up, But it is also, I'm exploring a passion as more than just a hobby, So it is still a passion and something I really enjoy doing, and as a result, it's like I feel like I'm up here having fun while she gets to. I say that gets to as if it's purely choice. Um, be downstairs and do chores, so feel a little bad. I'm sorry. Sorry you're downstairs doing dishes and not up here making cool art for like one of my favorite artists. I think she understands this one. She's like, yeah, go do that. Go crush that one. All right, I gotta move this up. So his, it's really not that far from. It's a good place to start using the Sculptress Pro smoothing. It's not smoothing, just the mode. Why is this so? It keeps going up so much. I'm not paying attention to my Dynamesh volume. Also, it just looks weird that the eyes are not in the head right now. I think that's throwing me off already. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the black rim glasses here because that appears to be the one, the pair that he's wearing. You call it a pair if it's just one. I guess it's like glasses, like it's two glasses. And I just realized as I'm saying this, I'm wearing also black rim. Is it rimmed? Is it right, or is it just you just call them black glasses? Because rim is just like when it's just like the top part, right, and the rest of it's like clear or a different color. That's when you'd say it's like a black rimmed. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm gonna make the head just a little bit bigger there, the forehead rather, just so I can box out just a little bit more, and then bring his eyes in from that because eyes were a little too close to the edge. That's okay. Oh my god, the resolution on this is still crazy high for some reason. Bring it down. No wonder my smooth wasn't working. It was like setting was not right on it. Use the elastic brush. Move some of this in more. I gotta see how big, if I put a square in here, how big is this? Okay, so what's going on, I think, is that the mesh is very large right now, and I think I just need to bring it all in. Yes. Which is fine, because I have nothing hidden. I'm not losing anything right now. So now if I smooth the head, and I remesh it, yes, there we go. That was what was going on. I didn't know it, because I only had this piece on the screen, but this head was huge on the canvas, so my smoothing efforts were like, they were working, it's just, it was covering a lot more mesh in terms of the scale of the canvas, so I wasn't seeing really good results from it. I'm gonna do him with a bit of a beard too. Let me just, I think he has a beard in the video. Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. Come on. It's a really cool video. So because I could play all day with the beard, and that really is just a distraction, or not all day with the chin. Sorry, not the beard. I meant to say like the chin, the jaw and stuff. But the beard really does transform the look. I mean, I myself, oh my god, probably like 6 years ago, 7 years ago at this point, grew my beard out pretty long. This is about as long as it gets anymore. My wife at this point, and she has already said it to me, tells me when it starts to get about be this long or a little bit less, that it's time to give it a shave because it gets really itchy to everyone I go near with my face. So her, my daughter, they all start to get like these little red rashes from my beard brushing up against their sensitive skin. So yeah, it's about as long as it gets anymore. But back in the day, um, I actually grew it out pretty long once, where I think it went down to like around here, and I was able to like do this, where I was basically like straightening it out. It wasn't down to here, by the way. It was like probably ended like right around here, but that was long for me, and yeah, it transformed the look of my face. It was crazy, to the point that when I shaved it off, I felt like I didn't recognize myself. It was such a surreal, weird experience to shave it off. I felt like I instantly like I was like upset with myself for shaving it off because I didn't like how I looked after it. It wasn't that I liked myself more with the beard, but like it was like seeing myself different again for the first time. Like you grow a beard, it's gradual. It's every day, it changes a little bit and you see it, but you don't really see it. So the change is slow enough that it's not jarring, you know. Um, when you shave it all off, however, it's it is. It's like whoa, like oh my god, that's a lot. Um, I mean, I've heard of like kids like freaking out because their dad shaves their beard and they don't like recognize him. Like take it back. He doesn't really have it come up to his chin. That's cool. So he doesn't have like a little. Do you call it a soul patch when it's a part of the beard, or is a soul patch only exist when it's just that and nothing else, or like maybe like a mustache? I don't know. I don't know if it's a soul patch if it's a part of the beard. So many rules. So many rules for how beards work. Naming rules. Okay. And this is also probably just placeholder. I'm just popping it out just to get a look at it. Um, but I would like to darken it. So let me hit. Oops. What the heck did I do? I didn't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I didn't know that it would do that. Okay. Let me do a little bit more. Maybe like a 5.5. I guess that's fine. Yeah. My gut says no. Listen to your gut. I said it earlier on another stream. If you want to make good art, one of the things I learned is that your gut is often right, and what you're doing instead of listening to it is trying to move on to something else because you want to get it done. But if your gut is telling you that what you made just isn't quite done yet, and yeah, like that's not the same as like at some point you just need to stop because art is never done. Like yeah, art is never done. But if you feel like something doesn't look good, that's what you should listen to. If you think something looks good but you just want to keep improving it, that's when you have to start, having that debate with yourself. Like, okay, but is it good enough to the point where I'm being a perfectionist, or is it that this needs some serious work before I think I can even start to say it's done? You know, because I think still like when we're not even in that place, but we still have so much to do that it's just easy to like move on. Be like, this beard doesn't look right, but I have a lot to do, so let me just move on from it, and then you don't ever come back to it, and then you're like, yeah, this piece wasn't, I had a better image of it in my mind, but it didn't turn out that well because I, kind of got lazy in some areas and didn't work on this and blah blah blah. Listen to your gut. It'll tell you what you need to fix. And then also, if you don't know what to fix, but you think something is off, then just take a break. Coming back to it, especially like after a few hours, just go relax, go play a video game or something, come back to it. You'll probably see what's wrong with it. If you don't at that point, go work on something. If you have the creative energy, go work on something else and then come back to this later. Right? Like that is some days it takes a day for me to come back to something and be like, okay, I know I didn't like it yesterday. Today I am starting to see why. I'm getting a better idea of how it should be fixed. Or just go look up what, some people that inspire you do, see how they get around certain problems. It's not to say like it's not copying their style, but you might see interesting ways that they get around interesting, creative problems. Like feet and hands, stuff like that are notoriously hard for, character artists and stuff like that to, start getting good with. Um, Looking at how other artists handle that type of stuff sometimes can also just like relax your approach to it. You might see like, what? One of my favorite artists really doesn't do a good job with hands. They kind of just make them sloppy and like, um, banana hands or salad hands or whatever, where it's just like these little sausage, without sausages, without like knuckles in them. Um, so yeah, I don't know why I was talking. It's just like another tangent. And here's another tangent by Rob. Okay. I'm like messing with the stream markers here because I want to create more. I want to create more content. Okay, his beard doesn't look quite like that. What is happening? I'm messing up his cheek. He's got some high cheeks, high cheekbones. I should use the inflate brush. Also, I made his jaw too big. So now his beard needs to come in more. No, his lips are too big. It is a process, man. I'm telling you. He's got strong features, which makes it a little bit easier. But at the same time, it's easy to accidentally take those in like one direction too hard, and then it's just like, ugh. And it starts to look like you're making fun of them or something. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. It just didn't quite get a certain look right, or Okay. I really want to make his head like it's like not come out more, just like squared up a bit more, at the top. Like that a little bit. Just let me just mess the whole thing up is what I meant to say. Just mess this whole thing up. Let me turn that off. I do still feel like my smooth brush is a little too I feel like it took the day off a little bit. It's giving me more college efforts today than like actual results. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Frank and Rosie. I was just saying how my lovely wife got them for me, and I should give them a shot here. Frank and Rosie, should we make this Twitch official? Should we tell everyone that, like, you're my wife? Oh my god. I think I just did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you weren't ready for that. What the heck happened there? I guess I didn't have symmetry turned on again. Well, let's just mirror it again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I actually did. So I told the whole world. Everyone was in on it. It was really hard to get all 8 billion in the know, but they all tuned in just for a second and immediately went away. But I appreciate the world's support. Frank and Rosie is in fact my lovely wife, and I thank her for supporting me, because support means everything I don't know why the posting on Twitch is so slow. I've heard that I think I think it might be something also on my end where maybe I have like a latency set up, but I think if I make it higher or lower latency that it eats up more internet or something, then I'm not here I am exposing more personal information. It's not really personal, but I'm actually using Wi-Fi. I'm all the way in the attic, and our router is on pretty much the opposite end vertically of the house on the bottom floor here. So I have a bunch of routers bumping signal up to me here in the attic. But yeah, so I think that makes it harder for the stream to be like more whatever. It's like I'm like Super Bowl live right now, right? Still live, just not as live as we used to be before Janet and Michael, not Michael, Janet and Justin. Sometimes I think about that. Like I remember I was working at a bait shop um, when that whole Super Bowl incident happened. And I remember like even at the age I was like, this feels like it's being overblown. This feels like people are making a bigger deal, like oh, like clutching their pearls over something. I mean, like I still think back to the fact that like when I was a kid, we were singing that Shaggy song like it wasn't me, like at school. Like there's nothing about that song that can be even like vaguely disguised as a children's song, you know? But like we sang it, we loved it. It was like a summer jam, you know? We had it on the bus, heard it at school. Like they didn't care. But then like, Justin Timberlake accidentally rips off Janet Jackson's top at a Super Bowl and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, my baby saw that. It's like, yeah, your baby knows what that is. They only care because you think you're making a big deal about it. Like they don't. If you were like, no, yeah, they would have been like, oh, did you see that, mom? Dad, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, it's a boob. Not even like really all of it. It's like kind of part of a boob. Oh, okay. That would have been it. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I saw that people were like, Jan really got like such an example of like white male privilege in this country that like Janet Jackson is the one who really got punished for that, and that Justin Timberlake, who I think recently came out in the last year or so and apologized for it. It's like, bro, it doesn't count if you apologize now after everyone already pointed out the fact that like for almost 20 years no one has said it, you've never said anything about it, bruh. All right, so his eye, the mid area starts like really where the nose kind of starts is, and it goes. Get another picture up here of him. I'm just gonna shrink the bottom of his face a little bit. It got a little too big. I'm gonna go back to just the shape of it because I think when I added the lips, I put myself in a corner a little bit of getting too scared to modify the shape of the face when I really wasn't done finding the shape. So I just undid the lips. Whatever, I can do it again. Just want this shape to come out more. And I think I'm gonna put in a square for where the chin is because I can get the shape of the chin, but I'm not quite ready to commit to the exact placement of it since it's really the bottom of his face, So I think he's gonna be. This is gonna be a really cool character to make. By the way, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so for those glasses, his eyebrows. I want to get his eyebrows just something out there to appear a little bit higher. Man, I'm looking at a picture of Meg Ryan smiling here. Dude has some. He's got some good dental work done. He's got much whiter teeth than I do. My teeth. I need to get to a dentist and get about a year's worth of coffee stains removed. Okay, so his eyebrows. It's important to look at like when they're smiling because like okay, the eyebrows are going to move. Like when I'm smiling, I think my eyebrows move up a little bit. So I'm thinking about where that's going to be. Let me just add that right there. He doesn't have like really thick eyebrows per se. Actually, a little bit thinner on the end there. It's like they're a little like a guy's eyebrows, you know, like that. And I can play with that more. Ooh, too much. Smooth that out. There we go. Okay. Wow, I'm good. These values are getting too much. God dang. Getting some crazy results in here. I bring this back a little bit. His face is a little too far forward with the nose. Bring that back. Bring this back, but then also out more. I'm going to bring his head back some. Get more of like a skull cranial shape there. And then I can meet that with the other lower half of the head. It doesn't have to be perfect. Something like that. Something like that. Hey, get back here. This looks awful. It does not look good. That's okay. It takes a while. I have been here before. I need to sink in the eye sockets just a little bit more too. Let me go ahead and just do that. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I do this, will it delete even the hidden? What the heck? Oh, snap. No, I'm on the right thing. Okay. You know what it is? I think it's because I have a partially hidden mesh that won't trim. Yep, that's what it was. I was trying to trim the mesh up. Let's split it again. But it wasn't working because part of it was hidden, which I guess that makes sense. Sure. Sure. I'm just going to delete that right there. Actually, like that. I don't know. Ah! Whoa. That got funky quick, huh? What is happening with that? Ooh. I don't like that. I think I've seen this happen or heard of this happening before. Get out of here. Okay, it was because I had the group keep groups when I Dynamesh selection on. Weird, because I I guess when I did the trim, it added a group for where the trim actually happened, and left the rest of it as another group. I feel like my voice is getting scratchy on this stream. Okay, so now I'm going to come on. Do that. And then bring that part of the face down more. I trimmed it, but didn't do much. Lord. 8. What the heck's going on? There we go. I feel like I'll remesh it and it won't remesh. It'll be like, are you sure? It's like, yeah. Yeah, I know what shortcut I just entered in. Okay. There was a show called Beakman's World. I think there was even like was there like a revival? Beakman's World? Looking it up. No? No. Looks like it only went on for 4 seasons from 1992 to 1998. Maybe there was a gap there. And I remember in the show they were teaching about computers. And I was aware of, of course, aware of computers at that time. We had them in school. I don't think I had one at home yet. But I was very aware of them. And he said something in the show that stuck with me. It's like one of those things that like just sticks with you. You're not really sure why, but it's something that for me has always stuck with me. And when I get frustrated with computers, he said that the computer only ever does what you tell it to do. And I think that helped me when I get frustrated with a computer, because it makes me think, well, the computer might not be doing what I think it should be doing, but as far as the computer is concerned, it believes that it is, or it thinks it's doing the function that I had desired it to do. And I'm not saying that the computer is always going to is doing the right thing, or isn't bugging out or something, but it does make me question if half the time something happens on the computer, like maybe we're working in ZBrush and thing is just like not doing the commands I believe I'm inputting, that it might not be the computer. It might be me working too fast, going too fast, and not giving the computer either time to think, or I'm just going to duplicate this and merge this piece, by the way, because I'm actually having more trouble with it since it's all... Here we go. Yeah, so, it's like, maybe the computer messed that one up, but it could also be me. And it makes me just a fraction of a little less annoyed at my computer when it doesn't work the way I want it to work. Now, the exception for me is developer tools. So like coding tools and coding technologies in general. I work with a lot of developers. They do miracle work because the stuff that they make with code is, in my opinion, alchemy. There's a lot of just nothing, and then it pops up in here, and they put it on the page, and then the next thing you know, I'm working a program like ZBrush while streaming on Twitch. Wow, I have multiple monitors and a stream deck, and it's just everything is crazy with our technology these days. But yeah, so it helps me recenter myself, calm myself down when things don't work as fast or as well as I need them to. Like I made myself just sound like a psycho, like I'm always flipping out and throwing keyboards and stuff. I've only thrown a keyboard once. It's because I was working 16-hour days for 2 months straight, and I had a crazy boss who, after me meeting every one of his goals and telling me that I was finally going to have a break, like my body was like literally breaking down. I was getting crazy back pains from just sitting all day and trying to meet some crazy deadlines. But yeah, after meeting what I had believed and was promised to be the final goal of this massive project that was being created by myself almost solely, both front end and design. Um, I was informed that another crazy goal had just popped up, and we just really got to work hard. And I was just like, I just felt so defeated. And I remember just taking my Mac keyboard and just like, and I broke it on accident. It was the only thing. Sounds kind of like, toxic male energy stuff, but I promise you, anyone would have broke. Most people would have broke at that job, as it kind of broke me because it was just insanity. It's just way too much. And then I left. I think I left a week or two after that. I was like, this is crazy. I'm not going to break my body for a blog. It essentially is what it was. It was like a city blog type thing. I just, yeah, couldn't do it. Money was decent, but it was not worth my mental or physical health. Nothing is, unless it's your marriage or your children or family outside of your immediate. Okay, I just need to move. This face is what it is. I got some flat face syndrome going on here, so I need to give more depth to the face because areas like where the mouth and stuff should be are just too at level with like the cheeks and stuff. I need to just puff them out some more, give it some more breathing room instead of trying to cram everything into one space. And then stylized is like a cool. I like saying that word. I do worry that I overuse it. I worry a lot about that. I'm just up all night worrying about it. But yeah, I like saying like stylized sounds. I like saying it sounds cool. Stylized. I feel like I sound so lame. My sound's a little low. Dang it. My bad. I love you too. Thank you. I hope someone comes on that doesn't follow me and just sees like the last message is love you. I'm like, oh, this guy's got some hardcore fans. I do. I have one hardcore fan. I married her, and I am equally as hardcore a fan of hers. I would say probably more. You can't debate it. You can't debate it off stream. Sorry. You have to be on the stream and defend yourself. But also don't do that because this is not a debate channel, okay? It was like, how does eyes keep moving? You know what? It's because I moved the nose bridge area back more. I look like such a hot mess today. Look at that. I think it's the back cheeks that need to come out more, like that. Whoa, too much. Like bring that in more, but then this out as well. I want to get the cheeks right because it's really good, like facial feature he has for like style, creating a stylistic portrait of. Okay. I should probably before I do that, let me duplicate and remesh at a very high percent because I'm going to bring the mouth out now. I'm going to do the ears. I have been really enjoying doing the ears lately. I think I said it last time that I enjoy doing it, and I think I said last time too as well that I don't think I'm particularly like making really cool looking ears. I think they're they work. But I don't know. I just find them fun to do. It's like a weird, like, oh yeah, the ears. I think what it is that when I do the ears, I never have to spend like a lot of time on them. Like I make them, they turn out decent almost every time, and then I move on. It's like, oh yeah, this is like a like I know when I do this, I'm not gonna have a huge issue with it, you know. Oh, that got all weird. Turn this to a 1. Whoa. All right, so we got some. Oops. I'm gonna click on this guy. I'm gonna zoom in right on his ear. Give myself almost way too little canvas space. Not that I need to see it. I'm just, it's like cool to see what the ear, how the ear folds and all that. So a little guy in there, a little guy right there, up in here. It's got a little dangly right there. I think I have that in mine, right? Yep. Ears are crazy, right? Like some people have them like fused to their head. Right? Mine dangle off. Very interesting genetic, I guess I say mutation. I'm just going to simplify this up real quick and then turn it, turnt, get it turnt. Okay. Question is now, where are his ears at in relation to the rest of his face? So over here, it looks almost even with his. I need a much better straight on view. Okay, so the top of his ears line up almost perfectly. I think almost like most people's does, with the center of his eye, and then the bottom with the center of his mouth. Okay, and this doesn't need to be like this is like me just using general. You know, I'm just looking at the general proportions of it. I can change it, whatever. It doesn't need to be exact. It's not important. Let me just move like all of this and scale it down a little bit because it doesn't need to be that big. I'm going to bring one more picture on the canvas here, but I'm going to take a screenshot of it first. Because I think I'm seeing one good, like, I think he's got these like little lines right here. And I think if I put that in there, it's going to stand out pretty well. Give him a more accurate character definition. Caricature. It feels so weird to say that, man. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. I probably am. Oh my god, I just brought in the wrong texture. Apologies to all for. Whoa, what the heck? Why would it do that? That's so random. Pun unintentional. What the heck, man? That's so random. I don't know why it Okay, how do I delete this one? Get out of here. Okay, let me see if I can bring that image in again. I'm gonna look for it on Google and see if I can find it. It's a really good front, like face forward image of him. Okay. Where did I find it before? can't. Of course, I can't find it now. Um, oh my god, it was in the first row. Son of a gun. Okay. Do not fail me, screenshot tool. I'm already looking at a replacement screenshot tool. I've been a subscriber of this one for probably over 5 years now. Yeah, over 5 years, and I'm just not feeling it like I used to. It was super useful when I worked for big companies, but now I work for a very small team. I love it, and I just don't need to be sending screenshot links everywhere. So, if anyone has any screenshot tools, that would be awesome. Like something that gives you a lot more power than what what the heck, did it import it? Than what like Apple does natively. Oh my god, I am having a heck of a time with this screenshot. I'm not quitting though. This is silly. Take the image, download the image, save it as ran, import ran. Whoa, it must be something in ZBrush that's doing this. That's wild. I don't know what though. It's like taking out the most random parts of this. What is CD? Um, sorry, I'm just like my mind is blown right now. How weird this is acting. Contrast, smudge, clone. Like I'm trying to see what any of this does. It's like a tool I really don't need that often. Opacity is up. Background opacity? What the hell is that? Spotlight radius? So, okay. All right. Well, let's see if I can just use it. Oh, it's gonna bother me so much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna delete it, and I'll just look over here for the photo. So I'll just be doing a little more head turning. I apologize, but it's a good photo I want to use of him. So still not happy with the forehead. And I want to make this one up here. And I'm just going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it back down. Is my audio any better? Apologies, it wasn't in a great spot. I do think I might have to get like one of those just attachable mics because it's just hard to like remember to like lean into it and just. I mean, I guess I'm being kind of I don't know, not a diva, but like plenty of podcasters sit with a microphone in front of their face and they just have to practice getting better at, leaning into or keeping it close to them. You have to do that on your end, because that means my audio levels are too low. I mean, on my computer, they're as high for my microphone as they can be for Twitch. Actually, I believe that's true. If I put it up just a little bit more, does that help? Okay. All right. Something just dropped behind me. I don't know what it was. It's like I heard the sound and it sounds familiar, but I have no clue what it is. So now my mind's like, what was that? I know what that was. What was that? What was that? Okay. That is closer to what I wanted it to be. And then he has the line. Which then if I bring back up, give him a little bit of a whoa. That lazy mouth is very lazy. So it kind of starts there, but then whoops. Okay, let's save. I haven't saved in a minute. Actually, I'm never gonna stop cracking my knuckles, but I do feel bad doing it on stream because I know that does bug some people. So I apologize. Whoa, I'm having a lot of frame drops. I just saw that now. I have not had one single frame drop in the past. What has it been now? Like 2 or 3 weeks of streaming. So I think I do have a memory leak on my computer. There's only one person watching right now, so I don't feel bad doing this. But I'm gonna shut down the stream for a second, restart my computer, and I think that should clear up the memory leakage issue. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna restart it because it says I have 215 drop frames, and usually I have none. I'll have slow frames, but not drop frames. So I don't want this to record for much longer and be, a really blocky session. So there goes ZBrush saving for me. Okay, I'll be back. Sorry for dropping off. We hit almost a 2-hour mark anyway, so it's a good time to just maybe take a break. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll restart it. Jump downstairs for a little bathroom break, and then I'll be right back. Okay.